Hi everybody, happy Monday. Today we're going to be starting a brand new module, which I'm super excited about. So you guys have just finished researching what trees need and how trees help other living things. So you now know so many reasons why trees are important. And when I think about when something is important, I also think about how we treat that thing. So something that's important to me, as an example, is a special scarf that my mom gave me. She traveled far to get it and she picked it out just for me. And so when I know how important something is, I know that I treat it really carefully and I take care of it. I don't mess it up and I really just love it and enjoy it. We're going to think about how we can do the same thing with trees because trees are super important too. So our new module is going to be focusing on how we can appreciate trees and how we can enjoy trees. And our learning target today is I can observe how people and characters enjoy trees. So we already know some words in this learning target. We know observe means to look closely. So we'll be looking closely at people like ourselves or characters, people in stories. And we're going to think about how they enjoy trees. The word enjoy I've got written right here on my word walk card. Let's clap it out first to hear the syllables. Ready? Enjoy. 2 syllables. Enjoy. Joy. Enjoy means to find happiness in something. So we're going to be thinking about how characters in stories and how people like ourselves can find happiness from trees, how trees can make us happy. And we're going to be doing that by looking at a story and by going to do some tree exploring ourselves. So today's story that we're going to read is called Gus is a Tree. That's the title of the story. It was written by Claire Babin. She's the author. She wrote the words, and it was illustrated by Olivier Talek. He drew the beautiful pictures. So I'm going to read this story, and while I read, I want you to think about how do you see Gus, the character, enjoying trees? How do you see him finding happiness in trees? Let's get started. In the schoolyard, children run in every direction. They play tag and ball. They holler and shout. But where is Gus? He is sitting peacefully under a tree, relaxing. There's an important word in that story, in that sentence, relax. Can you say that word with me? Relax. Let's clap it out. Relax. I hear 2 syllables. Relax. Relax means to rest or feel calm. So Gus is relaxing, he's resting and feeling calm by a tree. That's one way we can enjoy trees. I want you to take a minute and pause the video and pretend that you're relaxing by a tree. That's one way we can enjoy them. Let's keep reading. Gus loves trees. He loves to touch their rough bark. He loves to look at their leaves floating high above his head. The smell of wood and earth that drifts up from the ground strikes him as oddly pleasant. As Gus begins to drift off, he recalls his walks in the forest with his dad, his eyes closed. Once again, he sees big slugs scattered over the ground, and he hears twigs cracking underfoot. He also recalls the bitter taste of a chestnut. Despite the noisy games of the other children, Gus dozes off and begins to dream. Looking at the picture here, how do you see Gus enjoying trees? That's right, Gus goes for walks in the trees or in the forest. That's another way to enjoy trees. Let's keep reading. Gus dreams that he is a tree, surrounded by many other trees. There are short trees, tall trees, thick trees, and thin trees. Birch trees, oak trees, beech trees share the forest. Gus dreams that he is a big old tree with huge branches. As the wind blows through his leaves, Gus feels ticklish all over. He shivers right down to the veins in his leaves. His branches wave and sway, rocking him just like his mommy does when he sits on her lap. Gus is surprised to see that the sun is already setting. Day ends as the last rays of sun spread the colors of autumn across the sky. A mama wild boar and her little ones set out in search of their supper, their snouts leading the way. Stars begin to appear, twinkling across the sky. Night has fallen, but Gus isn't afraid. As it turns out, night isn't as inky black as he thought. Beneath the moon, it's almost as if a new day is beginning. Owls hoot and bats circle. Suddenly, Gus sees something stir right in front of him. It's a dormouse that scurries out of a knot in the bark of a nearby tree and darts out into the night. The wind begins to blow. Clouds cover the sky. All at once, large raindrops begin to fall, hitting against the leaves. Little by little, the drumming of the rain covers the other sounds of the forest. A small stream begins to form around Gus's roots, sinking into the moss. How fresh it smells. Fresh means like just made or cleaned or brand new. So how fresh it smells. Sounds like Gus is taking a deep breath and smelling the freshness. I'm going to add that word, smell, to our word wall. Smell has a S and an M at the front, so it says sm. The E says eh. And the L and the L make one sound. Oh, smell, smell. Smell has just smell, one syllable. Smelling the freshness of trees is another way that you can enjoy trees. So Gus is now enjoying trees in a few different ways. Let's keep reading. Gus feels the clawed paws of a family of squirrels scurry down his trunk. They disappear between the trees. Suddenly, a ray of light, is it moonlight or sunlight, breaks through the dark clouds. Gus is dazzled. From far away, Gus begins to hear something strange, a sound he can't quite make out, something like laughter or voices. Gus, Gus, wake up! You're going to get completely soaked. Gus opens his eyes, dazed and dreamy. It's raining hard. His friends are gathered around him, their hoods over their heads. Eugene, his buddy, shakes him by the shoulder, smiling. Come on, come down from your cloud, Gus. It's time to go inside. The end. So wow, what a great story. I want you to think about the ways that you saw Gus enjoying trees in that story. So we saw a couple different ways. We saw him relaxing, resting by the tree. We saw him going for a walk, and we saw him smelling the freshness of the tree. I want you to choose one of those ways, or think of a new way in your imagination and act that out. You can either act it out inside, or you could go outside and do it for real with the trees. I cannot wait to see all the great ways you come up with how you can enjoy and appreciate trees. All right, everybody, see you later.